guess just individually, I mean, is that your best game as a Bobcat, or up there on your best games?
Probably. Did pretty well on pass rush today. Quite a few plays came my way, so I was just doing whatever I could to try to get in on plays and help the defense.
Yeah, I mean, how tough is that to have so many positive plays, but then they also are getting some gash plays, and they're getting to continue their drives with some penalties and things like that.
I mean, it's frustrating at times, but at the end of the day, they switched their game plan a lot. Came in pretty run heavy team, and we shut their run out right away, and they had to change up what they were doing. They were doing a lot of draws. They'd get us wide out and try to gash us up the middle, throwing screens, things like that, just to change it up a little bit. But I thought we did pretty well. I mean, if they're doing stuff like that, they respect our rush and our D-line. So at the end of the day, I mean, that's a compliment to the D-line if they're doing that.
Brody, you guys contained Dante pretty well, especially in the second half. Numbers may not say in the first half, but was it a little bit of a switch up in scheme from you guys, or less aggressive on the pass rush to kind of contain him in the pocket?
Yeah, I mean, we had some plans coming in. He's an athletic guy, he's a slippery guy in the pocket. So we were doing our best just to kind of corral him in there as much as we could. And I mean, we kept them in there at times, and at times we let him get out of the pocket. And come Monday, we'll be looking at the film and we'll be just trying to get better, because we're going to have to face athletic quarterbacks down the line.
Can you go through the play where Ryland got the interception? I think you might have hit the quarterback right about when you threw it.
Yeah, I just had an outside rush, beat the guy pretty clean, came around the edge. He was winding up to throw. He had it ball back, and got my left hand on it and just made him throw it straight up in the air basically, and allowed Ryland to come back and make a play on the ball.
I feel like after last season you got close to the quarterback so many times, or had some good rushes but didn't get the sacks. Is it gratifying to finally get some of those numbers now?
Yeah, I mean, all off season, me and Coach Howe and Coach Bapp and the rest of the defense, I'd talk to him and we'd be like this. I'm this close on away from 12 sacks last year probably, and I've been trying to cut down those inches all off season, and I mean, it's paying off, all the work that I put in, and just blessed to be playing as well as I am right now.
Seemed like both Blakes, but especially Blake Schmidt in the first half, they were in the backfield constantly. How did you feel like, especially Blake Schmidt played?
He's a force, man. He fits base down. He's knocking the center 3 yards in the backfield. I mean, they got to double team him. We knew coming in that this O-line didn't necessarily work together as well as some of the O-lines we went against. They're athletic O-line, but they come off rub doubles pretty quick. So we knew if he'd get hands on that center, that guard came off, he'd be in the backfield ready to make a play. And I mean, first play of the game, he's in and on a TFL. And I mean, that's a big momentum boost. And then, yeah, I mean, a few plays after that, they decided that they didn't really want to run the ball too much on the inside. It was all going to the outside.
With how he plays, does that nickname fit him pretty well?
I don't know which one. He's got a lot of nicknames.
I think it's the Khabib.
FG, oh, Khabib, yeah. He's an animal. He plays his guts out. He doesn't necessarily get all the stats and the glory that like I get from getting sacks and stuff like that, because he comes off the field a lot of the time on 3rd and longs. But he's one of the reasons that we get to go out there and rush on 3rd down. If he's up in the middle, being disruptive, that gives us a chance on 3rd down to go out there and make some plays.
How confident were you guys still at halftime, even though you only had a 3-point lead?
At halftime, we were a bit frustrated, obviously, but we knew that a lot of the stuff that they were getting going was our fault. We had some penalties. I had a roughing the passer that was pretty stupid, and my own fault, and allowed them to move the change. Then we had a pass interference call. It's just the way it goes, but we got to bow up when we get down there in the red zone and keep them out of the end zone right before half, and that's a pivotal time going into half and coming out of half.
You guys, 23 straight home wins. You've lost one Big Sky game, I think, under Vegan. What is kind of some of the little things, or more subtle things, I guess, to key that success? That much success over a long period of time.
Every week, we go in and we try to take the things that we did well the week before, learn from them, take the things that we did bad, learn from it, and then flush it, because every week we're going to be playing a team in the Big Sky that's pretty talented. I mean, there's 10 teams deep in the Big Sky that can go out there and play and give us a run for our money every week. Just because we beat Weber State last week doesn't mean that Portland State's going to come up here and roll over for us. So we know every week that we're going to have to bring our best, because they know that we're at the top and they're going to want to beat us, take us down, because that's a good story for them. So yeah, just try to get better every week, and don't let the past or the future deter or take us off our path.
How do you guys manage the target on your back in this conference?
I would say we just don't really think about it. Just go about our business. We say it all the time. It's about us. It's not about who's coming up here. If it's Portland State or if it's the Grizz or whoever, it's about us, how we play. That's gonna determine if we win or lose.
All good. I got one question real quick, sorry. Can you talk about last couple of weeks with the targetings, and how frustrating is it for you guys defensively? Just with that, can you just talk about that? Not the individual calls themselves, but you guys have a limited amount of games that you're playing in your college career. Is it frustrating to when that kind of stuff happens? Obviously it is, but I mean, can you touch on it?
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating. At the end of the day, we got to protect the guys out there. It's a physical sport, we all know that. But we're flying in, we're going after the ball, and things happen sometimes. And it's frustrating when guys have to sit out. I had to deal with it last year. But you just got to be smart with it and come back and be ready to play when you get your next chance. Because, we don't have a ton of games every season. And if we're winning by a lot, I haven't played in the second half a few times this year, so it's not like we're getting a ton of at-bats.
I assume it doesn't make you play softer though.
Nah, I'm gonna go out there and fly around and stick my head in there and go make some plays. But yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta be smart. So.
Thanks, Brody.
Yeah.